A few months ago, we took a look at the all-new Kia Carnival, and despite me not wanting to like it, I found myself walking away extremely impressed in all of the features and safety options and just the entire layout of that vehicle. If you haven't watched my review, I'm going to put a link to it in the description, and you should definitely check it out. And for everything that we learned about the Carnival, the one overarching thing that I can tell you is that it is definitely not a boring minivan. So it's really interesting that we're driving this, the 2021 Toyota Sienna minivan. It's entirely new for 2021, new on the inside, new on the outside, and actually only comes with a hybrid powertrain. That's it. You can't get a typical gas engine. It's hybrid only. So is this a sleek, technology-packed family hauler or a boring hybrid minivan? Let's take a look and find out. As a quote-unquote family man, I'm often traveling with my 5-year-old son, dog, and wife all of the time. I'm visiting the hardware store, going to soccer practice, traveling to the ski area, going mountain biking, and also bringing my dog along for the fun. The utility and flexibility of a minivan should be, in theory, exactly what I'm looking for. But like a lot of millennials, our memories of the minivans from the 1990s and early 2000s have left an impression, and not necessarily a good one. So, like the Kia Carnival, the Toyota Sienna has to work very hard to be respected. This year, the Sienna is completely new from the ground up. The platform, the styling, inside and out, and the features, everything has changed. But unlike Kia, Toyota is actually not very ashamed that the Sienna is a minivan, and as such, the designers have not gone to any lengths to hide that fact, unlike on the Kia Carnival. And you walk around it, it's rather unoffensive and actually looks kind of good. The new Sienna is sleek, stylish, and carries all of the traditional minivan cues that you'd expect, like dual sliding side doors and a massive rear hatch. It's pretty obvious from the outside, the new Toyota Sienna obviously isn't boring. And the Sienna is certainly not boring on the inside either. Now that we're inside, let's take a look at a few of the options that make this vehicle so family and kid friendly. First off, we've got a ton of cup holders. I've got 4 just accessible from the driver, and there's more in the back. I've got Android Auto so I can play whatever kind of music I want, a wireless charger so my phone's always topped off, a rear view camera mirror so that none of the people or stuff in the back are obstructing my view as I go down the road. The seats in the back are captain's chairs, and they're also really easy to get car seats in and out of as well. Basically, the inside of the Sienna is designed for families, and while it's nothing over the top or too luxurious, it is going to stand the test of time and be durable and look good for a long time to come, and frankly, stand up to the test that families and kids put on minivans. This particular Sienna is a front-wheel drive model. That means with the hybrid powertrain, you're going to get around 30 miles per gallon of fuel economy, but also have about 0% traction on anything that is cold and slippery. For those of us that need a vehicle that still works when it snows, though, thankfully Toyota does offer an all-wheel drive option on this vehicle no matter what trim level you get. One of the things that I've long experienced while driving and testing minivans over the past 20 years is that when you load them up with all the stuff that they're capable of fitting in the back of them, typically you start to pay a price, and that means they don't drive as well, they don't accelerate as well, they generally turn into a boat when you've got more than a couple people inside. But from what I'm seeing and finding as I drive this Toyota Sienna more and more, that is not necessarily the case with this vehicle. A few days ago, I went skiing with 3 other people. So 4 full-grown adults in a minivan with all of their skis, snowboards, and related stuff. And this vehicle handled amazingly. It was nimble and quick, and the low-end torque that you get from the hybrid system really complemented its need at low speed for acceleration and just still feeling like the vehicle had some punch without having to gun it and get really high up in an RPM range. The new Toyota Sienna is so drivable even when you have it completely filled with stuff. So it's time for the big question. Is the Toyota Sienna a hybrid minivan boring? As my late grandmother always said, heck no. Like the Kia Carnival, it's a strong option for those who need comfort, flexibility, and technology that's tilted towards families. There's not many vehicles out there that can transport 7 people in the morning and a fat stack of wood or a mountain bike in the afternoon, and all while getting an impressive 30+ miles to the gallon. So it looks like the minivan wars of 2020 are officially upon us, and I can't think of anything but that the biggest winner is going to be you, the consumer. I'm Zane, and this is Drive Them All. Thanks for coming along for this week's drive of the Toyota Sienna, and I'll see you again really soon. So it looks like the minivan wars of the 2020s are officially upon us, and I only would imagine that I can't remember what my line's going to be.